What's up, everyone? Joe with ECRM here at our Beverage session in Denver, and I have with me Dr. Christian Gregory, who is the founder of 3E Energy and another fan of wellness like myself. In fact, that's how we met. His colleague has seen me posting about rucking, and Christian's going to be doing a long coast-to-coast walk, which we'll get into. So thanks for joining us. And to start off, give us a little background on the company and the products, because it's very interesting.
Joe, I'm happy to, and thank you for taking the time. It's a pleasure to sit down. I'm a retired chiropractor from Washington, D.C. We're the most confused mammals on the planet. I'd always have to remind my patients, 605 muscles, 202 bones, and most of us do some variation of this all day long. We go home at night, we climb into these big nest-like beds, and then we wonder why we have so much neck and back pain. So I'm elated to hear how much moving you're doing, my friend. So more of it, as they say, once you stop walking, you start dying. So keep up the good work. Kudos to you. I'm not your chiropractor, but it makes me proud. So yes, so we're here with 3E Energy. 3E Energy is my company, founded in I was born in 1970. Since the age of one, my dad, I have 9 siblings, shifted over and adopted in the early 70s a vegan lifestyle. So we were raised on an organic farm in Plymouth, Massachusetts, all real food, whole food. And back then, early on, Joe, something could be natural and it was good. It tasted good. Now, as we moved apart, we're using almost science formulations to make food, and it's better for you, but it tastes like it's better for you. It tastes like it's not as enjoyable. We say we want healthier things, but then we see that McDonald's is not seeing any drops in sales. So what we say and what we actually do consumption-wise don't always align. So to be here at ECRM, to be able to talk to so many industry specials, meet so many people who are launching brands, to have the opportunity to sit with you, it's really been phenomenal. So my dad is Dick Gregory, the world-renowned, legendary Dick Gregory. A lot of his formulations that he had since the early 70s, back when us Gregorys were referred to as health nuts, he was very forward-leaning. He was a visionary, and now we're here. We're at a time that we understand that not all calories are created equal. The zero sugar, low calorie movement actually was a fail. America has got much sicker during that time period. Our infant mortality rate's entirely too young. Our life expectancy is entirely too short for such a wealthy nation. Our obesity rates, diabetes rates. So part of being a physician is to teach. And so we understand that better for you is not synonymous with best for you. Best for you oftentimes has a terrible carbon footprint. So our 3E stands for energy, the environment, and the last and most important is evolution. We're forward-leaning, we're science-driven. We have 96 milligrams of organic caffeine, natural caffeine. Most of the competition uses synthetic caffeine. Sugar is your friend. As a physician, I used to always have to explain to people. My dad and I were working building the sub-Saharan African healthcare delivery system. And part of that was being on the ground in sub-Saharan Africa. Some of the healthiest folks I've ever met in my life chewed raw sugar cane all day long. That was their source of nutrients. And so, and I'm in no way am I saying we need more sugar, not at all, because it's hidden in everything we eat, but not all sugar's created equal. So as 25 years as a healthcare professional, I'm uniquely qualified to kind of educate, and there's a large education component to what makes us different. So this is exciting. It's a real joy, Joe.
Yeah, and like you said, it's important. The flavor is important. I already tried this one, the pomegranate blueberry, and it's amazing. And also, it's refreshing too.
Yes.
So the flavor is important, and what you mentioned about sugar. I've done the sugar cane. I've been in Costa Rica where I would chew on the sugar cane. But you're right, it's not bad. It's just too much of it.
It's because it's hidden everywhere.
And I think there's 170 different names for sweeteners, and when they put them all in an ingredient list, it looks like different things, but it's all, if you add it up,
it's sugar.
A lot of sugar.
And the body just turns it all to carbohydrates anyway. So that's the important thing. So many vegans and vegetarians were some of my sickest patients, not because the science isn't there, but it's hard and expensive to do it properly. Most of them were actually starchitarians. All they were getting was carbs. And the body needs good fats, it needs good carbs, and it needs good proteins. And proper food mixing and variety, and it's what we refer to a lot as biochemical individuality. So one man's medicine is another person's poison. So in what our biochemical individuality and microbiome was at 18, it's not going to be the same at 25. And so when people say, well, I've always ate that, you have to listen to your body. Our bodies communicate to us. You know, it's like the dashboard in our car. It's telling us things we have to do. We can't just say, well, I always drink this, so I must still. We have to respond. And that's where the evolution part of 3E, you have to evolve. Part of that evolution is listening to your body.
Yeah, our bodies are the best doctors.
No, absolutely.
No,
absolutely.
no, we're not knocking.
Please knock it, because we don't have it right.
You have to
we do
listen
not
to
have it right.
Now, take us through the flavors, and also on the back you kind of lay out some of the aspects of the product.
Yes, so we have like 8 flavors, 4 that we've released here, and so grape cherry, pomegranate blueberry, strawberry grapefruit, spicy lemon lime is our #1 seller. Okay. And so if you've ever heard of the Master Cleanse that people take, they take lemon, fresh lemon juice, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup.
Okay.
This is basically the Master Cleanse without the maple syrup. We use cane sugar for it, but the spicy aspect of it comes from red cayenne pepper. Okay. And so it's a metabolic booster, has a little bit of heat to it. It's not overwhelming, and it is by far a lot of people like to use this as a mixer. So a lot of liquor stores, they keep this in. Although, as you know, as millennials and Gen Zs are moving away and decrease alcohol consumption, they're looking for mocktails. And this is a perfect mocktail. It fits in there. In the unlike some other energy drinks, it is so refreshing that we're getting a lot of tea and coffee drinkers that are coming over, and they say, well, 96 milligrams of caffeine, same as a cup of coffee. I'll try it. It's not intimidating, but our big Bang, Monster, Red Bull drinkers, they drink it and they say, wow, it hits the same as that, because the formulation, the body gets energy from vitamin D3, which is in here, B complex, which is in here, cane sugar, which is in here. The natural caffeine primarily is sourced from green coffee beans, cold extracted. That keeps it alkaline, and alkaline caffeine penetrates the cell membrane a little easier than not. So a lot of science has gone into it, but at the end of the day, people just want it to taste good and they want it to work.
Yeah, and refreshing was the first thing I thought when I tried it. So.
Mission accomplished.
Well, I know you're very much into health and wellness. Again, that's how we met.
We came together.
And you're going to be doing a coast-to-coast walk. Tell us about that. Give us some background.
And so in 1978, my dad ran from Los Angeles, California to New York City. 7 million steps. And so in honor of that, and part of the launching of 3E nationally, and also we have a children's book coming out with HarperCollins Kids called 7 Million Steps. And it's really just to talk about the beauty of Americana. You know, so many of us folks that live on the coast, we forget about how beautiful this country is and what ties us all together. So my dad ran, I'm gonna be walking, as you pointed out, and it's gonna be a methodical and purposeful walk. We're gonna be chatting with folks every Saturday of the walk. We're going to be bringing out a who's who of folks to walk with us, and it's going to be a walking podcast. So we have drones set up that are going to be getting aerial views, drones that are going to be delivering product out in front. We'll have Apple Vision glasses on where we're allowing people to join us through. So come along with us. You can spatial reality join us. And Joe, I'm inviting you to come out physically. Get you out there. We're ending in New York, you can get the last leg.
I'll cheer you on at the finish line. And I think that's really cool, especially the podcast along the way, and all of the engagement you have around that. So, well, that's awesome. Well,
we're excited.
I look forward to seeing you in New York at the finish line, and enjoy the rest of your meetings. And
thank you so much.
I wish you all the best in your follow-ups.
Joe, thank you so much. And folks, you heard it. Joe won't just be seeing me; he'll be walking with me. So we'll be walking together.
Okay,
thank you, folks. Thank you. I appreciate it, Joe. Truly a pleasure, my friend.
Same.